I know this comes as a little bit of a surprise. However, there's a reason I'm doing this. Number one, I won't be able to bring you a reading pretty much at all this week. I found out I'm working for the next 5 days straight. Normally I get a break kind of in the middle of the week, usually Tuesday or Wednesday. This is going to be an exception. I won't get another break until Saturday. Saturday I've got to get some things done, so I won't be here. However, on the 14th, we will have Black Dragon Games on the live stream. I really hope that you will be there for it. If you're not interested in gaming and you're only interested in this content, that's fine. But the gaming streams are a lot of fun, and we get to nerd out a little bit. And also, we get to chill out and, of course, have tea together. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be having tea with you this morning because we do have to get this underway. I'm doing this kind of late at night, so unfortunately, my pay time off is over. I've got to get back to work. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one for you. And yes, Rune of the Week will be here. And I've got the Murder of Crows Tarot, the Moonology Manifestations deck for you. I've got the Spirit Animal Oracle, Viking Oracle, and of course, one of my rune decks. So, let's have a peek and see what's going on. Now, there have been some developments throughout the week. And this has been kind of going on for a little while. Does it seem like everything has been just stressing and stressing and just tightening and tightening until it's ready to pop? I think it's getting ready to pop. Now that could be a good thing or a bad thing, it just depends. Right now we're leaving Libra season, we're going into Scorpio season. And guess what? I think that a lot of things are about to come unraveled. And these things that are going to come unraveled, they're not going to come unraveled very easily. Now, I think there may be some turbulence ahead, but here's the question. How do you ride that turbulence? That's going to be the biggest question. And it's not going to be so much important to ask the whys, but more important to ask what. You know, what is it that's making me feel this way? What is it that's making me do the things I do? What is it that's making me react to this situation in that way? And of course, just in the interest of time, maybe saving you some, I'm doing this like a traditional reading, like we did when we first started, and I'm hoping that this will bring you all the news that you need in order to make your week an especially good one. Alright, let me get those last 3 cards laid out. We will be doing this, and we will be weaving this tapestry and finding out exactly what's going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the last few videos I put out, which were my Horde Wars interview with DM Blackwall, who ran a game for us on Saturday, and we had a ton of fun. Of course, my character died. That's life. I just rolled up a new character and really didn't have to change a lot about it. I even ran the character sheet by him. It looked good, got approved, and I'm back in the game, baby. So just because my character died doesn't mean I have to leave the table. That's the good thing. There's no respawn, but there is a restart. Okay? Fresh start, fresh character. I was kind of wondering what direction the character I was playing was going. Well, now I got a new one, and I got to figure that one out next, okay? Alright, let's get down into it, shall we? Alright, starting with us. Who are we? Because this is going to represent us. You, me, everyone watching right now. And we've got money. On a Monday. The day I picked a Moonology deck, no less. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at a point where we've got to understand time is precious. Nobody should be wasting your time. Now, I wasted a lot of time this week. I'll tell you why I did it, because I was in need of much needed rest. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you're doing a YouTube channel, BitChute, CloudHub, Rumble, and all that good stuff, and you're also doing all kinds of other little projects, and then you got work on top of that where you're being pulled in 2 or 3 different directions at any given point in time, yeah. Sometimes you just want to be like Peter and do absolutely nothing. And I did, and it was everything I thought it would be and more. However, now it's time to get back to work. Now it's time to pull up the sleeves and get back into it. And every minute that we're awake, we need to be very consciously living. See what I'm saying? We need to be a little more self-aware. Not why is this happening to us? What is going on? Why do I respond to things this way? Really be self-aware. Get conscious with your living. Okay? Now, the next one, we've got the Well of Weird. You know how I'm always putting in that lower third right about, say, here? It says believe in your own magic and all that good stuff. Well, that's what this is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn over that spirit animal card because before I elaborate any further, I think this needs a little context. And, of course, being fearless and bold. That's what badgers are, man. They really, especially the honey badger. The honey badger does not fear much. They will go after things I would not dare touch. And let me tell you something right now, that living consciously, trying to get yourself into that frame of mind, it can be difficult, but it can be done. You ever seen that movie, The Equalizer? Denzel's character just, he's always timing himself on how long it takes him to get, this, that, or the third done. Yep. But this is the thing about you right now. Okay. Just in these 3 cards alone, your persistence and your commitment to what is true for you. Now, whatever it is you seek, your tenacity, your faith, and your partnership with your spirit, it's paying off. You had to be able to work with that, right? Whether it's meditation or whatever, you need to be living a little. We all do. We're running around like a bunch of NPCs half the time. Now, no matter what the temporary outer conditions are, you can manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that Spirit actually does deem best for you. Guess what? This is not a one-way street. Sometimes it's not all about your plan. There's a little saying that the gods laugh at our plans. That's very true. And right now, your persistence in your path is going to start paying off. Now is not the time to quit. The finish line is mere feet away. Now, after you've crossed it, you can collapse, you can cry, you can scream, you can tear up a box, you can do whatever you feel you need to do. You need to go off and do some quiet time, or go out for a walk, or go into the woods, that's fine. Do it. But do not give up now. Because I've told you this before. You give up now, you're not letting me down. I'm not letting you down. We're letting ourselves down. When we let ourselves down, it is the most painful thing you will ever experience. I should know, I've rolled both hips forward back in 2012. That was immense pain. It took 2 months to put me back together. Probably a little more. But nothing beats the pain of knowing you had mere feet to go, you had mere centimeters to go, you collapsed mere inches and you wouldn't get up and move. And all it took was for you to just get up and move. Alright? But the truly relentless, they go for that finish line. And afterwards, even after you're gassed, you could still scream at the finish line, I told you I would beat you. I told you I would cross you. And you can tell all those who sat there and said, you will fail, and tell them to go to hell. Alright? So, right now, looks like I've got the moon in reverse here. I think that is the moon in reverse. really don't read these cards much, so sometimes they're a little on the strange side for me. I've got King of Swords in reverse, and I got a Five of Wands in reverse. Alright. Funny thing about the moon. Oh no, that's not the moon, that's a Chariot in reverse. My bad. So, looks like right now all your movement. Are you experiencing that stall in momentum? You getting a little bogged down? Feeling that way? I know I am at times. So now what are you going to do? You're going to take bigger strides. You're going to put forth more effort to get out of that rut that you're in, because that seems to be the best course of action. And I know one thing, I am working on that myself, and we all need it. But here's the funny part. That King of Swords is sitting right there. I'm looking at it, and I think it's looking back at me. But that King of Swords, it's sitting there and it's looking, it's like, hey, bud, where's your ambition? Where is your fight? And what are you doing to cross that finish line? I mean, let's have a look at that. Get a good look. Because your fight and your ambition, that's everything. Your ability to master your own thoughts, your own way of thinking. Do you let your thoughts control you, or do you control your thoughts? That is the question that's currently being asked. That's why you're stuck. That's why I'm stuck. That's why we're all stuck right now. Don't worry, you're not the only one. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Now we got this Five of Wands. The best news is, this is not a fight. This is more of like a game, but it's very disorganized. And what are you doing to organize that? Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to waste a hell of a lot of your time and energy and a lot of your persistence by not getting a game plan together. You don't have a game plan together, guess what? It's just a mass of shit sprayed onto the wall, and it's doing you no good. Let me give you a little example. Where I work, it's a photo lab. The workflow for me is this. You send in an order. We'll say about 125 photos, right? Now, that comes through. I have to hit print label on one computer. I have to print the label up. I have to read this to make sure that it's your order and you ordered 125 photos. Now I go over to the machine. I'll select whatever I'm going to put your photos in. In this case, it's going to be sort of a larger box. So if I slap this thing to a smaller envelope, that's not going to really work, right? Now I got to go over there and reprint your label. But that being said, print label, go over, get your box, slap that label to it. Make sure I wrote your name on the side. Stick it there. Start the machine printing off your photos. When they're done, I take them, I stack them, I put them in that box, I close the box up, seal it, and stick it on the shelf. And it's waiting for you to pick it up. But do you know that I'm really one of the few people that actually do it that way? Some people just go over there and they just start printing, you can have 4 or 5 projects, they're just going to print it all up. But our machine is a little wonky, so if I hit print label and the machine doesn't actually print it, and that order's printed up, it disappears. Now I gotta go find your order, I gotta go back through, I have to do 2 or 3 more steps. Do you see what I'm saying? The way it's organized, I have a series of steps to go through. And as long as I follow that workflow, it's fine. The minute that I don't, a lot can go wrong. And then I must spend extra time fixing all that. Why would you spend extra time fixing things? You know your power, your ability to analyze a situation, our ability to organize things and get things done, that's our superpower. We need to be on that. Save yourself some precious time, okay? Manifestation wise, we have a new moon in Leo, we have a last quarter moon in Cancer, and then we have a full moon in Virgo. So all those talents and abilities, all those gifts that we've been talking about that you have, this is your time to bring them to the fore and say, here it is. Yeah, you can show off, that's fine. Give yourself a little room and a little credit. Take those deep breaths. This is why I say the meditation thing that I keep asking some of you to do is no more than sitting in a quiet room as comfortable and as relaxed as you can be. Look, most of these now, these things like what I got on my wrist, they actually have a little thing right here where you can do breathing. You could do it for, I'll say, set that for about, we'll say, okay, it'll only let me go 5 minutes max. But 5 minutes, and then you start, and it says keep calm. Now inhale and exhale, and it will tell you inhale, then exhale. And this will go the distance with you. It's a very simple thing, 5 minutes a day. Sit in a quiet room and just breathe. Surely you can set aside 5 minutes a day to just breathe. Surely you can do that. And if you think you can't, ask yourself, why can you not? What are you not allowing yourself to do? If it matters to you, you will find a way. And when you breathe, you clear your mind, and then guess what? You can take that inspired action, right? Take your superpower, take your breathing, get your mind clear, and then it will come to you. When you're breathing and you're clear, all of that comes to you. It's very easy. Now for the runes, we have Othala, we have Fehu, and we have Rider-Waite. Of course, always looking to those who came before you. Your predecessors will never fail to give you good advice. It doesn't mean you have to do everything they say. Just listen. Open up and listen for a change. Fehu concerns your wealth. Guess what? Your wealth, your health, your well-being, all of that. What you need to do is take stock of what you have and utilize it. Okay, that's it, really. And Rider-Waite, because it's not about the destination. It is about the journey. There are many paths to the destination. I was actually watching an interview with Chris Angel just recently. Haven't seen him in a while. Been a long time since I've seen him, and you know, he looks different now than the last time I saw him. And he mentioned a time where he was performing in a he was packing out this theater, and it was the WWE who had helped bankroll this whole venture. And if it didn't work, he was doomed financially. He would have to take out 3 or 4 jobs to pay off that loan. It was big. And one of his people said, as he's sitting outside in an alley, said, you know, Chris, one of these days you're going to look back on this and you're going to think of it as the greatest days of your life. And he's like, how can you say that? He said, because It's always about the journey. It's never about the destination. The destination is always an illusion. It's always about your journey. Be sure, because if you're certain of where it is you want to go, the best stories are going to come from the time between point A and point B. And understand, it's never always a straight line. It's never always that short. It's never always that simple. Okay? But as long as you're organized, as long as you're able to think on the fly, as long as you're clear, persistent, bold, and you believe in yourself, you have all the elements you need to get things done, to take that inspired action. Live a little more consciously. I think it's going to help. But that's everything. Just remember, I love you all. I want to thank you for all of your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions, no matter where it is you view, whether it's here, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Cloud Hub, it doesn't matter. Just know that I do thank you. In my opinion, some of you out there taking that inspired action, you're gonna just get out there and be an absolute savage. Let nothing stand between you and your goals. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Take those breathers. And each other. Always try to do what lights you up. And as always, shine on.